Hi there, weirdos, neuromagicals, neurospicies, especially the neurospicy spirituals. Hello. Like we've discussed many times, our squirrel brains don't like certain things that non-squirrel brained astrologers like. And one of those things that I find a very common theme among the neurospicy astrology team is the zodiac wheel and the colors and the numbers and the symbols and all of the things. Yes, there's a lot. So I thought I would share with you a little lesson in how I began understanding the zodiac wheel. So come with me on a journey, you squirrel-brained, beautiful neuromagicals, and let me teach you a couple of things about a zodiac wheel. Let's have a look. Okay. This is the zodiac wheel, my friends. Okay. So what we have is the circle. Okay. Now you can imagine that you are standing in the middle of the circle. You are standing like outright. Okay. And you are looking toward that yellow line. Okay. So on the left is the east. Okay. Where the sun rises. Sun rises in the east. Okay. So this is where it ascends. All right. In the other side, on the right-hand side, we have the west, where the sun sets, where it descends. Okay. Left side, east, sun rises, ascendant. Right side, west, sun sets, descendant. Now, don't jump ahead because I know you want to, you little ADHD skipping ahead. However, east-west makes your brain want to go north-south. No, my friend. No. Pause. We do have east and west, but we have the sky above us, not north. And we have the sky below us, not south. This is where the magical comes in, right? What do we say when we do magic? As above, so below. Here we go. Okay. So sky above us, not north. This is the light, right? This is the collective experience. This is where we are out in the light and people can see us. And this is the part of the zodiac wheel that shows us the lessons that come with the collective. Then the sky below us, not south, we've got the shadow. Okay. We've got the self experience, right? The part of us, the growth, the lessons that happen inside of us, right? In the shadows. Okay. So moving on, the ascendant is the first house. Now, when you're doing the houses, we need to remember that these lines, the ascendant line and the descendant line, these are in the cusp, right? So the ascendant is the cusp line, so the line in between the 12th house and the first house. And then the same on the other side where we have the descendant line, the 7th house, which is in between the 6th and the 7th, right? So it's at the start, it's the cusp line, okay? So in the left, we have the east where the sun rises, where it ascends. So we have the ascendant, which is on the cusp of the first house. So where the sun rises, the point that most intimately represents you is the first house, okay? Then on the other side, in the west, where the sun sets, where the sun descends, we have the descendant, which is the 7th house, okay? This is where the sun sets. This is where we see the point that your close relationships and other people, they come into play, right? Because we are between the 6th and the 7th. And it is in that bottom half, in that sky below us, and that sky above us where we have those two differing things. So down below, 6th house to 7th house, the shadow sky below us into the sky above us. That's why people in relationships come into play. Okay, still with me? So then we have up there in the sky above us and down there in the sky below us, we have got up there the 10th house, right? The 10th house, now this is sort of high noon. Now you can see that that line is not exactly up straight. Don't worry about that just yet. Okay. So the 10th house cusp line is called the M. This is the collective experience. So then we have the MC, that cusp line of the 10th house. This is where we are the most visible to the collective experience. So then in the sky below us, the IC is there. That's the 4th cusp line. And that is where we are the most private, right? So the noon of the chart, where everyone can see us, the sun is bright in the sky. And then the sky below us, it is midnight. It is very dark. This is where we live our private self, okay? So to the east, the sun rises. The sun pops its little head out and we can be seen. First house being seen, right? Outward reputation. On the other end, the DC, 7th house cusp line, where the sun sets, where we start going into the part of the chart that starts to see other people, starts to have the collective experience. Then as part of the sky above us, right in at the noon point, okay, we are very seen. At the midnight point in the sky below us, we are very private. MC, seen. Social reputation. IC, private, family life. Still with me? Okay. So a couple of things to remember. The zodiac archetype, which runs around the outside of the wheel, it goes clockwise and it rotates. The houses count anti-clockwise and they do not move, right? The archetypes move around and the houses stay where they are. Now, the other thing that you might notice in there is that we've got some spring, some summer, some autumn, some winter. What the fuck? Why have I put that there? Well, let me show you. So here we have houses 1 to 6. These are the lessons or the concepts of self-experience, okay? And these are in the sky below us, not south. This is the shadow. This is our self-experience. So we can see house 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sits along the bottom there. So, you know, spring, we're just being born. We're coming out into the world. We're having a, you know, a bit of a fiery, let's start some stuff kind of experience. Let's go. Okay. Now the first house ruled by Aries, the second house ruled by Taurus, the third house ruled by Gemini. So we got the 1, 2, 3, okay, of the zodiac in that spring energy, okay, the just birthed energy, okay. So you could say that that's kind of birth to early childhood, right? That's kind of what we're learning, right? The overall collective experience. Then when we go into the yellow part, which is the summer, okay, that's the youth, all right? So 4th house ruled by Cancer, 5th house ruled by Leo, 6th house ruled by Virgo, okay? So we start coming around into the youth, starting to mature a little bit, okay? So then we are gonna go to the sky above us, okay? So the sky above us, this is not north, okay? This is the light. This is where we're seen. This is where we have the collective experience. This is where we learn lessons and concepts of the collective experience. We have houses 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? 7 ruled by Libra, 8 ruled by Scorpio, 9 ruled by Sagittarius, 10 ruled by Capricorn, 11 ruled by Aquarius, and 12 ruled by Pisces. So we see 7, 8, and 9 sitting over in the autumn, okay? And then 10, 11, and 12 sitting in the winter. So in the autumn, we're saying this is kind of adulthood. We are maturing and we are moving towards the winter of the chart, which is the maturity, okay? And so if you just think about, you know, the ideas of Aries being the baby of the zodiac, Capricorn being the very mature kind of energy, that's house 10. And then we get to house 12 ruled by Pisces, and that is like almost an ageless wisdom. So that's the basics of the zodiac wheel. To the side, we have the east where the sun rises, where the sun ascends, the ascendant side, the outward reputation, the first house, right? On the other side, on the opposing side, we have the descendant, where the sun sets, where we find information about our close relationships and other people. Then we have the 4th and the 10th house, the IC 4th house, the midnight of the chart. That is the sky below us. That is our shadow. That's where we live out our private life. Okay. Then we have the MC at the top of the chart, the 10th house. This is high noon on the zodiac wheel. And this is where the sun culminates in the middle of the sky. Therefore, we are very seen, right? Where we are most visible. Now, this is an overall look and some very simple, basic understanding of the zodiac wheel for this lesson. And we will get into what those lessons are in the next little video. Okay. So I hope that helped. So we're going AC, DC, IC, MC. Okay. One thing to remember is what? East, west, no north, south. As above, so below. Okay. Now, the reason for that is because we are obviously doing light and shadow. Light and shadow. So if you are imagining that you are standing on the earth, in the middle of that, in that little white ball, you are standing on the earth. You have the sky above you. You have the sky below you. Then we have where the sun rises and where the sun sets. So please let me know what you thought of this video. This is going to be part of a series of videos that I am making for a little basic astrology zodiac class to go along with my understanding astrology from the point of the ADHD Virgo. Okay. So yeah, keep your eye out for that. And I'm going to continue to put up little sneaks of what that course is going to be. We will get into a lot more detail in that course. So these are just some very simple videos. Let me know what you think. Stay weird.